Cleveland, and you're listening to Giame Journey Radio.
This is Coach Faith. You are now listening to Giame Journey Radio. Shout out to the Millennium Rockets drill team.
Peace. This is Brother Hot Tim, and I'm just it's just good to be it's good to be awake. I got up, I did my meditation, I did my run, and I'm now bringing you GYP. Give yourself permission, GYP. Yo, I'm just amazed at how fast last year went. Last year I really started learning how to use this recording equipment, and I'm looking through my library, and I'm looking at all of the music that I done uploaded, and I'm just awed. It's incredible what the human spirit can do once we really start applying it to what we want. At one point in time, I was just able to do recordings. I was satisfied with that. But then I wanted to add music, and I started adding music. Then I wanted to add certain music, and that certain music came. Then I wanted to add another type of music, and that music came. And all these opportunities are opening up, leading me down a path. And it's a pleasure to be here with you this morning. Hopefully you got up and you did a little movement, a little something for yourself, and are prepared to give yourself permission. Before we get into all that, I need to let you know that this is Giame Journey Radio. This is a Heart of a Symbol Productions. Where we constantly strive to blow up your old paradigm. If I ain't blowing up paradigms, I'm not doing something right, because there's a lot of old stuff that we have to move out the way so that we can move into the 21st century. A book that I'm working on is called Old Principles for a New Millennium. And when I say move old stuff out the way, I'm not just talking about just destroying stuff for no reason. I'm talking about removing some of the garbage, and I call it wisdom mining, going through all of the muck and the mire and the garbage in our lives so that we can extract the actual gold. Because I'm seeing people fight all over the planet for things that may or may not exist. I see people fighting over beliefs. I don't see people actually coming into conflict about actual truths that will actually make people's lives better today. We have people starving all over this planet. We have people homeless all over this planet. We have people lacking the basic materials for a human existence on this planet. And none of the stuff that I see people fighting over will solve this issue if either side wins. So my question is, what is going on? And that brings me to the point that I have covered before in my last year in Give Yourself Permission 1.0, because we're on the 2.0 now. But let's do a recap of listen. Give yourself permission to listen. Give yourself permission to listen or to things around you. Listen to the people around you. Really listen. What are the conversations that are going on around you? Listen. What are people truly saying to you? Listen. What is really going on in your workplace? Listen. Take some time, silence yourself, and listen. This is a very hard skill, and it takes time to develop it. I'm still working on it myself. But listen. Take a moment of silence. Try to silence the thoughts, or don't go with the thoughts that constantly coming up to your head. You don't have to always respond. Just listen to what's going on around you. Listen to the people around you. Now I'm leading up to something, so work with me. Now I want you to listen to your environment. I want you to take time now with listen to the people. But this week I want you to take time to listen to the people. Now I want you to listen to your environment. What is your environment saying to you? And remember, when we talked about listening, it's not always about just with the ears. You know what I'm saying? Because we communicate with our bodies. So learn to listen with your whole body. So don't just hear what a person's saying. Don't just hear the sounds of your environment. Feel. Listening is a state of being aware and allowing yourself to gather information. And I want you to gather information about your environment. So I said, listen to the people around you. I want you to listen to your environment. What's going on in your environment? Last but not least, well, this ain't even last. I want you to take some time to listen to yourself. What are the thoughts that are on your mind? What do you focus a lot of your attention on? I need you to take the time to really, really dig down and listen to the thoughts that are going through your head. All right. Now, I'm a big fan of audiobooks, and like I said, I grew a lot because I thought I would never listen to an audiobook. Now I want you to take some time and listen to other great thinkers like yourself. All right. Now, after all this listening is done for this week, I want you to sit down and tell me what were the major things, or tell yourself what were the major things that you heard other people talking about. What was the major sounds or the major things that was going on in your environment? What were the major thoughts that you were thinking about? Right? Now, when you do those three, you will have a better idea of why you are where you are in your life. Now, you can listen to the great thinkers a little bit later. I just want to throw that out there because I'm a fan of Audible and these Audible books if you ain't got time to read. But when you listen to the people that surround you, listen to the environment that you are in, and listen to the thoughts that are going through your head, you will have a clear idea of who you are. Clearer than you ever had before. And you will have every last reason why you are where you are. I heard an elder say on London Real, it was a guy by the name of Dan Pena. He said, if you tell me your friends, if you show me your friends, I'll be able to predict your future. So the people that you're around and the conversations that you allow yourself to be in a sense, determines who you become. Your environment. If your environment is dead and still and all you hearing is buzzing of electronics and you never hear really anything going on here, everything you hear is a mechanical sound and you really hear nature, how can you get in tune with who you really are? See, as human beings, we have separated ourselves and we no longer long to even listen to what nature has to say to us. So we totally isolate ourselves. We isolate ourselves from what we come from. How can you become fullness of who you are if you separate yourself from what you are, what you come from? You separate yourself from your mother. You know what I'm saying? And you put yourself in environments that are possibly killing you. Last but not least, you tell me the thoughts you think on the majority of the time, I tell you what you worship. So after you've done those three, you're going to have a clear picture of who you are and where you are. Because listen, as powerful as you are, as impactful as you may be, as great as you may be, you are the total sum of the people around you, the environment you exist in, and the thoughts you think. if all those are limiting, if all those are unhappy, if all those are depressed, if all those are sad and negative, what are you? You can't, something has to change. Something has to change. We have to learn how to change the conversation going on in our heads. We need to monitor that so that we can start changing some of those conversations. We need to change some of those conversations that we allow ourselves to be involved in. And we have to change the environment in which we interact. Now, this don't mean, like, because I keep on telling you, this don't mean just jump up and leave your position or leave your job. What this means is that the environment that you can control, why don't you do it? Bring a plant into your office, into your cubicle. Put up pictures of things that you want to be or want to have or places you want to go. Put up beautiful things that can inspire you to move you towards the greatness that lies within you. Now, this is Brother Hatim. Now, I'm going to see you again in a couple minutes because I'm going to be doing Folktale for Grown Folks. It's going to be a good one. So if I was you, I would tune in. Last but not least, I will check you out on Thursday for... That's right. Thunderous Thursdays. Yo, alright, so make sure you check out my site, tribe.giamijourney.com. I'll put up a link before I get off the air. Also, make sure you check out my books. I have Player's Pyramid. I also have Giami Journey Workbook. I have Warrior's Handbook for Life Training, for Life's Journey, my fault. And you can find all those on my site, giamijourney.com. So either you go to tribe.giamijourney.com or you can just type in giamijourney.com, go to my blog, and if you look at the top tabs, you can see all my books. Check out the books. Support the journey. Also, when you go to tribe.giamijourney.com, be sure to register. Subscribe so that we can make sure that we get the newsletter in your hand or the news email in your hand so that you can keep up what's going on with the journey. Also, shop at our stores. I got me some Giami gear coming, and hopefully you can get you some Giami gear coming. Also, check out Ed Thomas store, the ET Inspire store. Everything you buy from there through our site, the journey gets a piece. Also, check out our Amazon store where I put up a lot of the books that we read for our study groups and for some of my personal favorite books and some of the equipment that I use. So keep up with the journey. This is Brother Hatim. I'm saying peace and I'm out.